Welcome to the next video. This is lecture number 10. Before going to the next process, which is the work breakdown structure, I would just like to discuss briefly some terminologies helpful in the project management. And the two terminologies which I will discuss, and there's little bit confusion in between, those terminologies. First is the product scope, and the other one is the project scope. Product scope is uh, it's basically the features and functions that characterize a product or service. So, for example, if you are if your product is a house, then you have certain features that it has. Say, for example, two bedrooms, a living area, kitchen, and the bathroom, and a garage. So this is the definition of this product. So there's a scope of this product that you cannot have more than two bedrooms. So if you want to have more than two bedroom, then that is a different product. So probably, you have like a mid-size house, and then you have a luxury house which has, say, six bedrooms. So that is a different product. So we have to define the scope of a product. So based on that, you know that there is a boundary of your product, and the boundary is the scope of that product. So similarly, for example, if say if you have a color TV, then that has a certain scope, that it has all the picture, with certain amount of pixels and colors. And similarly, if you have like a say a black and white TV, uh, that has a different scope. So product scope basically defines a boundary, and each product has a boundary. So if you have a feature which is not in that scope, that means you are not within the scope of that product, and you always need to remain in that boundary, which is the product scope. Now the next terminology is the project scope, and project scope is the work that must be done to deliver a product with the specified features and functions. So as we mentioned in the previous videos, that project scope a project scope document uh, actually contains all the detail that how do you achieve um, a certain product. So you have a product scope, and it has certain boundary, as we discussed in the previous slide. And then in order to achieve that product, that you have the final outcome of that product, you need to have a project scope. And project scope has also a boundary, and that boundary contains all, in that boundary you should have all the details that how to achieve that product. So that boundary has you have a budgeting limit, or budgeting information, or your cost information, where you come up with a certain cost and budget for this project to accomplish the final outcome, which is the product. Then you have a time constraint, And also then you have resources and some other features. So basically, uh, in your product scope, in order to deliver a product with a specified feature and function, it contains all the information that what work that must be done to deliver it. And we will also, as we discussed in the previous video, that the project scope document has all the information. And if you want to refresh your memory, go back to my previous lecture, and you will get some more detail. But the whole, for this video, I just want to identify the difference between the product scope and the project scope. A product scope has a boundary of whatever features or attribute a product can have, and while project scope has a boundary that how to achieve the final outcome, which is this product. You need to have certain boundaries, that you have X amount of dollars and X amount of time, and some other constraint, which is the boundary to achieve, to accomplish your project and to achieve the final product.